So I'm the matchmaker.
You're the matchmaker. What are you looking for in a buyer? What are you looking for? What tells you like, hey, this is a good buyer?
Well, I mean, there's not one thing. So when I talk to a buyer, I like to ask them a lot of questions, of course, because I ask questions all the time. But I like to know why they want to buy a practice. I like to know what their motivation is. And that's when you can tell if they're really serious or if they're just tire kickers. So their motivation, I like to know, what are they looking for? Are they looking for a traditional brick and mortar practice? Or are they looking for a cloud firm? Are they looking for a particular area? So I just kind of ask them all those questions. And on the seller side, when we get a listing, we have a call with the seller. And one of the things that I ask the seller is describe your ideal buyer. And so I take notes. And so when I'm talking to a buyer and they are kind of checking off some of those boxes, and I feel like if I like them and I feel like they've got that right experience or, all those things, then I feel like, okay, this is the buyer. This is the buyer for this practice. I tell buyers all the time, that we don't pick the buyer for the seller. It's not like buying a house. And so just because you like this practice or it's the right price or in the right location, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the right practice for them. It might not be the right fit. The sellers pick their own buyers by the buyer profile. And so when I send the practice profile to a buyer and they're interested, they'll send me back their buyer profile. And the things that I tell buyers and sellers to really pay close attention to is what about this practice do you feel you're a good fit for? What do you like about this practice? And that's where that buyer really can shine and say, all the things that they think is great about this practice and why they think they would be great in this practice.